so glad you're here today. I am sharing some of my all-time favorite dump cakes with you. And if you don't know what a dump cake is, it's basically a cake where you dump all the ingredients into your baking dish, bake it in your oven. It's fast, easy, and most importantly, absolutely delicious. Some of my all-time favorite desserts are dump cakes. Let's get to my kitchen. Let's get to cooking. Also, thank you to Suvie for sponsoring today's video. To kick us off today, we are making my all-time favorite s'mores cake. This beauty is easy to throw together. To a big baking dish, just spray it with nonstick spray, then add in a box of chocolate cake mix, add in a box of chocolate pudding mix. After you're through adding that pudding mix in there, go ahead and add in 1 packet of hot cocoa mix. This cake seriously tastes like s'mores. It is delicious. So if you're a s'mores fan, you will devour this just like me. Add in 1 3/4 cup of milk. Give this a super duper good stir until it looks like, like normal cake batter. Sprinkle about 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips over the top. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 35 minutes. Once it's out of the oven, just sprinkle some mini marshmallows over the top, or you could do like normal sized marshmallows. Broil this for about a minute. It broils quickly, so it will burn easily. So just broil it until it's golden brown. Drizzle melted chocolate over the top, and there you go. The easiest, most delicious s'mores cake. This recipe is also in my brand new cookbook, Make It Simple, on page 265. The chocolate cake is fluffy, delicious, and moist. And then the marshmallows add the perfect topping. The chocolate drizzle just sends this out of this world. Also, one of my really good friends always talks about this s'mores cake. It truly is as good as it looks. Now we're getting started on this Christmas eggnog dump cake. This one is a fun one. So to a greased 9x13 baking dish, add in 1 cup of eggnog. This is the brand I'm using. You could basically use any eggnog. And then I am going to sprinkle this with a dash of nutmeg and cinnamon just for added flavor. Add in 1 box of white cake mix, kind of spread the cake mix out. And then over the top of the cake mix, add about 1.5 cups more eggnog. And then you are going to add slices of thin butter over the top. I used about 1/2 cup. Bake it in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for 50 minutes. This is delicious. If you're an eggnog fan, you need to give this one a try. Now we're getting started on this old-fashioned apple crisp. This apple crisp is delicious. You'll need between 5 to 6 apples for this recipe. Any apples will do. If you like softer apples in the end, you could peel them and dice them or peel them and slice them. I just sliced them for today. Add your apples to a bowl with 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, along with about a teaspoon of lemon juice. This recipe is so easy to throw together. Give this a super duper good stir, and then there you go. There's your apples. This recipe is also in my brand new cookbook, and you'll find it on page 281. Grab a separate bowl, and into the separate bowl, we're starting on the crumble. This crumble is just amazing. So add in about 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of old-fashioned oats, 1/2 cup of softened butter, and some salt. Give this a stir. You basically want this to get crumbly. So you want the butter, brown sugar, oats all to mix together. It will take a minute to stir it, but once it looks like this, your crumble's good to go. Just grab a greased baking dish, add your apples right in there, and then you are going to add the crumble over the top. Easy peasy. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. Once it's through baking in the oven, your house is just going to be smelling so warm and cozy and comforting. Serve this up. We like to serve ours in a bowl with a little bit of ice cream or whipped topping over the top. The crumble is just a little bit crunchy, but yet soft at the same time. The apples are seasoned to perfection. This one is a good one. This pineapple upside down cake is unreal. If you were a pineapple fan like me, you will just love this. So to a 9x13 baking dish, spray it with nonstick spray, add 4 tablespoons of melted butter and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Just whisk that brown sugar until it's kind of dissolved and all over the bottom of the baking dish. Then add about 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, if you're a pecan fan. Then add 10 ounces of drained maraschino cherries, just spread them over the top. And then you're going to add 2 20-ounce cans of drained crushed pineapple. Spread that over the top, but don't stir anything. Next, add 1 box of yellow cake mix. Don't stir the cake mix, just kind of spread it out. Then add 3/4 cup of thin sliced butter over the top of the cake mix. You want to spread that butter out just so the cake mix doesn't come out dry in the end. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for 40 minutes. If there is one dump cake that I make like all of the time, it is this one. There's just something special about this dump cake. The bottom layers are just amazing, and that top like cake layer comes out phenomenal. The very top of the cake is a little bit like crispy. It is so delicious. This recipe also made its way into my new cookbook. Some of you guys are starting to get your cookbooks in the mail, which just makes me so happy. I've always loved all things pecan pie, so now we are making this pecan pie cake. To a bowl, add in 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 a cup of dark corn syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a dash of salt. Give this a good whisk. You basically want all the ingredients to combine together. You know, you want the eggs beaten and the brown sugar dissolved. After this point, add in 1 cup of chopped pecans. You could always add more nuts or less nuts depending on, you know, how much you like pecans. Then add in 1/2 box of yellow cake mix with a dash of cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg. Give this another really good whisk. I'm using my Suvie pan, but you could just use an 8x8 baking dish, spray it with nonstick spray, add your cake right in there, and then spread your cake out, you know, so it's like in an even layer. Then I'm adding 3 tablespoons of thin sliced butter all over the top. I'm going to cover with my lid, bake this on about 325 degrees for about 50 minutes. And then I'm just, you know, using my Suvie app to start the baking time, or you could just simply do it on your Suvie machine, or, you know, you could bake it in your normal oven. But just look at how beautiful this turns out. We topped ours with a scoop of ice cream. If you were like a pecan pie fan like me, you will absolutely love this. It is rich, delicious, and just amazing. Suvie is a smart countertop double oven that is basically like a personal chef / kitchen robot all in one. It offers up to 15 different cooking functions, from like roasting, baking, broil, sous vide, and lots more. They also offer a meal delivery service with 50+ different meals you could choose from. Everything we've tried so far has been delicious. When cooking one of their meals, just tap the recipe card, press start, and you could either have it for now or schedule it for later. So basically no planning, very minimal prep, and very minimal cleanup in the end. And the most unique part to me is that it does have a built-in refrigeration system. So you could add your meal in the morning, set the cooking time and the info, and then when you want it to be cooked and ready to eat in the evening. So it keeps it cold all day, and it is warm and delicious and cooked for, you know, in the evening when you want it for dinner. Of course, you don't have to just cook the sous vide meals in it. Like I cooked a cake in it today. You can make veggies in it. You can make different meals in it. It just works as a great double oven. Also, they are offering a great deal right now and a 100-day risk-free trial. It is a holiday discount right now. It's $150 off plus 16 free meals. I have it linked down below for you. Let's get on with the next recipe. Now we're getting started on these 4 loaf pan dump cakes. This one is a really fun one. I'm using 4 loaf pans. Of course, you could use more or less, half or double this recipe, but just spray them with nonstick spray. Then you're going to add a 20-ounce can of pie filling in each one. So for the first one, I did blueberry. Second one, I'm doing cherry. Next one, I'm doing strawberry. And then the last one, I'm doing raspberry. You could use any type of pie filling you'd like. I'm doing these in like smaller portions, but if you wanted to just do this like for one of the pie fillings in a large 9x13 baking dish, just do 2 20-ounce cans of pie filling. So, you know, just a little bit more, but over the top of each of these loaf pans, I'm adding a half of a bag of some sugar cookie mix. This is just like the powder sugar cookie mix. I'm doing 2 different brands just because that is simply what I found at the store. Just sprinkle them over the top, spread the sugar cookie mix out, and then you're going to place slices of butter over the top. And then over the top of the butter, you're going to add a half a cup of milk in each dish. This is going to help, you know, so the cake mix doesn't come out dry in the end. Bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 40 minutes or until the tops are golden brown. You know, this has to be my favorite way to make like berry dump cakes like this, just because you have them in each individual loaf pan. You could have a scoop of each one in your bowl, top it with some whipped cream or ice cream, or you can make a bunch of these individual, dump cakes and give them to neighbors or, people that you think might want a dump cake. Serve this with some whipped topping or ice cream. Absolutely delicious. The topping comes out fluffy, but yet like a little bit crispy over the top. It's delicious. Now we're making this cookie butter dump cake, and I have mixed feelings about this one, but I'll explain why here in a moment. I have a 9x13 baking dish. I lined it with foil. I'd rather line it with parchment paper if I were to make this recipe again next time. The foil kind of stuck to the bars, but now I'm just adding my Biscoff cookies to the bottom of the baking dish right next to each other. I have 7 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. I'm just drizzling it over the top of the bars, and then I'm going to pour about 1 cup of melted cookie butter over the top of that. This was my first time ever making this cookie butter dump cake, and I would definitely do things a little bit differently next time. But now I'm sprinkling 1 box of French vanilla cake mix over the top, and I'm spreading it out. Then you're going to add some like chocolate caramel pieces over the top of that. I just cut these 2 bars up into smaller pieces. Over the top of like the chocolate pieces, I'm just going to add about 3/4 cup of sliced butter and 1 cup of milk. So if I were to make these again, I would definitely do this a little bit differently, but this baked in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. So like I said, if I were to do this again, I wouldn't add the sweetened condensed milk to the bottom of the baking dish. That got way too sticky, and it just didn't turn out how I want it to be. And then I would also add the chocolate caramel pieces under the cake mix if I were to make this again next time. Overall, I thought these bars had good flavor. I thought they were good, but like I said, if I were to do this again, I would do it a little bit differently. I would love to have you over here, so make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next video like this. Bye for now.